Hello, I'm Arif Iqbal and you're watching WNS News. Or not. Maybe I just wanted another cyberpunk reference for my next Dash video and couldn't think of anything better. Nah, couldn't be me actually. Well, since I don't have anything of substance to say here, let's get straight into the price of the deck. It boosts in at 2178 and that's mainly because of Hanabi Blaster, which I think is totally worth it. If you actually want to save around $7, you could switch that out for a plasma barrel shot instead. Its power level will be quite a lot lower though in my opinion. But I could never blame anybody for wanting to save money. And to make this part quick as well, like and subscribe if you enjoy my deck tech videos for budget Blitz and commoner decks meant for kitchen table play, because there will be more coming your way. I want to see if we can hit 100 subscribers by the end of February and I would really appreciate your help there. And now let's take a look at Dash. She has 4 intelligence and 20 health, and with her ability we can pick a mechanologist item with cost 2 or less from our deck and start the game with it in the arena. In most cases we start with a red hyperdriver, leaving a second one in our deck. It costs 1 resource and enters the arena with 3 steam counters on it. And if there are none left on it, it is destroyed. Once per turn, when we boost a card, we remove a steam counter from hyperdriver and gain 1 resource in return. But if we play against the wizard for example, we might want to start with Signal Jammer instead. It costs 0 resources and pitches for 3. It enters the arena with a single steam counter on it. At the beginning of our action phase we have to destroy Signal Jammer if we don't remove a steam counter from it. Its ability reads: each hero can play more than 1 non-attack action card each turn. The weapon we're using is the aforementioned Hanabi Blaster. Once per turn we can remove 2 steam counters from Hanabi Blaster to attack for 5. The third time we boost each turn, we get to put a steam counter on this rifle. With this we can basically attack with it every other turn. It also has overpower, meaning that Hanabi Blaster can't be defended by more than 1 action card. Our base equipment will be Hope Merchant's Hood, which we can destroy at instant speed to shuffle any number of hand cards into our deck to draw the same amount in return. Vest of the First Fist will give us 2 resources if we destroy it after an attack action card we control hits. Goliath Gauntlet, do I even need to say it anymore, can be destroyed to give the next attack action card with cost 2 or more we play this turn plus 2 attack. Go again. And Achilles Accelerator can be destroyed at instant speed to give us 1 action point. But we can only activate this ability if we've boosted this turn. In case of emergency we could swap in Iron Rod Helm and Galvanic Bender for 1 additional block value each. Galvanic Blender even stays around but gains a -1 counter after blocking. It also has the keyword material, but unfortunately that doesn't matter at all here. And also we sport some Nullrune gear in the form of the hood, robe and gloves. Now first of all, every card other than items blocks for 3 and every attack other than maximum velocity and payload has boost. But we'll take a look at those in a bit. We've already talked about all items in this deck earlier, so let's go straight for attacks now. The Red Combustible Courier costs 2, has 4 attack, and if it hits, the next attack we boost this combat chain gains +3 attack. A good way to help it hit is High Speed Impact, of which we play all colors. It costs 1 resource to play and hits for either 2, 3 or 4 damage. If it hits, the next attack we boost this combat chain gains Dominate. The Red Scramble Pulse costs 2, attacks for 5 and helps alleviate the struggle I feel playing against non-budget decks. Half of the time I lose to cash money equipment, because it blocks for more than 1 and or more than once and even then still stays around for its effect. Anyway, Scramble Pulse reads: equipments have -1 block value while defending this combat chain. Suck on that, rich kids! We also play all versions of the next 3 attacks. T-Bone costs 0 to play and hits for either 1, 2 or 3 damage. If you control a card on the combat chain that was boosted, the defending hero must defend T-Bone with an equipment they control if able. Ha! Yeah, more ways to get rid of that equipment. 0 to 60 costs 0 resources as well and attacks for either 2, 3 or 4 damage. And well, it has boost I guess. The second to last attack that has only boost as well is Zipper Hit. It costs 1 resource to play and Zipper hits for 3, 4 or 5 damage. And the Red Throttle costs 2 to play and has 6 attack. So not only does it deal a good amount of damage, it can also trigger Phantasm on illusionist attacks, which is also true for the last 2 attacks we have to talk about. Payload costs 2, can be pitched for 1 and hits for 6. If we've boosted this combat chain, Payload even gains Dominate, making this a great finishing move. Last up is a real big slapper with a little condition attached to it. Maximum Velocity costs 2, can be pitched for 1 and deals a lowly little 10 damage. The catch is that we can only play Maximum Velocity if we've boosted 3 or more times this turn. Only put this card into Arsenal if you think you can play it in the next 1 to 2 turns, otherwise it might get stuck there forever. If you're not sure about it, just use it to pitch. Needless to say, playing this will make a massive impact on the game. But don't be too hellbent on it just because it's in your hand. That is at least my experience with it, and it's always good to make your own. Now we've arrived at our non-attack action segment. Short it may be though. We play the Red Rotary Ram, which costs 0 to play. It gives the next Mechanologist attack action card we play this turn plus 3 attack. If we've boosted this turn, we get to put Rotary Ram at the bottom of our deck. Go again. And the last card is the amazing Spark of Genius. It costs XX to play, meaning we can pay any amount of resources. It is a dash specialization that reads: search your deck for a Mechanologist item card with cost X. Put it into the arena, then shuffle your deck. If we've boosted this turn, we even get to draw a card. This is a card that actually gets better the more money you put into your deck, but we'll get to that in just a moment. The XX here means that in order to search for a Hyperdriver, a 1-cost card, we would have to pay 2 resources. But the amazing part is that if we search for Signal Jammer, we can actually pay 0 resources to play Spark of Genius. The worst case scenario would basically be if we don't have any item left, but even then, we could play a boost card, play Spark for 0 and draw a card. Still a really good deal. With that, we have reached the end of the deck tech, but I would like to give 2 recommendations for upgrades. If you've played the deck enough and enjoy Dash's playstyle, then I would say get 2 Teklo cores. With that, you will have the best card to search for with Spark of Genius. But since it's powerful, it comes with a hefty price, at least for my wallet, somewhere around 10 euros. And the other upgrade card would be Teklo Pounder. A very strong card to give you multiple buffs over multiple turns. Since it costs 2, you can also start your game with it in play. The price tag of this card starts at 10 euros and can go beyond that depending on where you live. So only a few cards for a lot of money, but if you enjoy Dash, these are totally worth it. After all, they are Dash staples for a reason. And with these last words of, wisdom, I bid you farewell. Thank you for watching and take care.